more Mario! He was an SSX, Picross, Mario and Link's outfits are wearable in Terraria, also there are Fire Flowers, and Mario and Luigi's outfits are wearable in Rayman Legends. He also appears in Just Dance and DDR. This is the Great Crossover Web Part 5! Gnoggin. Speaking music games, the Lich King from World of Warcraft is in Guitar Hero, the Grim Reaper and Judy Nails from Guitar Hero are in Tony Hawk's Project 8 and Proving Ground. Speaking boarding, Claire and Leon from Resident Evil are in Trick and Snowboarding, and Snake is playable in Evolution Skate Snakeboarding. Snakeboarding. In Skate 3, you can skate around as Isaac Clarke from Dead Space, who is also found dead in Duke Nukem Forever, running through hell in the European version of Dante's Inferno Death Edition, and along with Faith from Mirror's Edge, is playable in NBA Jam, which also features the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, who has met the Jeffersons. Duke Nukem was also found dead in the game Blood. Dragon Age references Mass Effect and vice versa all the time, the only crossover though being this statue of an ogre in Mass Effect 2. More on that here. Dust and Elysian Tale has plenty of links. You save mini-characters from various indie games, such as Super Meat Boy, Braid, Bastion, Fez, The Maw, Spelunker, and The Dishwashers. Portal and Minecraft come together in The Stanley Parable, as in that game the narrator sends you to various worlds, two of them being the world of Minecraft and the Aperture Science Lab. You can also find the mask from Payday 2 and some papers specifically from Papers, Please. A creeper from Minecraft makes its way into Pixel Junk Shooter 2, and the standard galactic alphabet from Commander Keen is the enchantment text in Minecraft. Back to Payday, when in the Mercy Hospital, you can find Bill's hat and a witch from Left 4 Dead, which also has a hospital level. Ready for some Sonic? Gotta go fast! In Sonic Lost World, you can run around Yoshi's Island. In Fighting Vipers, you can fight as Sonic, Tails, and in another Fighting Vipers game, Pepsi Man. Sonic has also raced the Honey Nut Cheerios bee, and is playable in Wacky Worlds. He also fights alongside Mega Man, against the team of Eggman and Wily. A giant Sonic balloon is seen in Beach Spikers, you can race Sonic in a game called Bug, and beating the game Choo Choo Rocket will allow you to replace the Choo Choos with Chows from Sonic. In Crusader of Senti, he is seen relaxing in a lawn chair, and carved into the side of a mountain in Daytona, USA. And the Hornet car from Daytona, USA is also in Ridge Racer. Sonic is also seen on billboards in Formula 1, and on a giant TV after a touchdown in Joe Montana 2. Sonic billboards are also in Last Bronx, Outrunners, Scud Race, and Pro Yaku GG League. Also on a poster in Pet Club, Popful Mail, and as an adorable air freshener in Radmobile. Fun fact, this game came out shortly before the first Sonic game, making this Sonic's first appearance, as an adorable hedgehog-scented air freshener. He's on a calendar in Toy Commander, in an elevator in Spike Out, you can get a Sonic Tamagotchi in Tamagotchi Park, and you can see a Sonic statue in Sega Ski Super G. Sonic Life Jacket in Wave Runner, seen in the RPG Segagaga, playable in Virtua Striker 3, and seen in a bookshop in the Tom and Jerry game. Now Mario and Sonic should be covered. On Ken's stage in Street Fighter Alpha 2, we see he was throwing a party when a fight broke out. The guests are as follows: Zabo Zorak, Shinko, and Mei Ling from Darkstalkers, the soldiers from Forgotten Worlds, Morrigan from Darkstalkers, Biff and Vector from Saturday Night Slam Masters, Sho and Captain Commando from Captain Commando, Michelle from Legendary Wings, Strider Hiryu from Strider, Lin Kurosawa from Alien vs. Predator, the game, Felicia from Darkstalkers, and Pure from Adventure Quiz Capcom World 2. Guacamelee, or Guacamelee, is a game filled with references, but the majority of them are just that. This isn't Mega Man himself, and these aren't the Mario Brothers, but it is a clever reference. Guacamelee does have its share of crossovers, however, like the robed figure from Journey found collapsed on this mountain, this missing poster for Grim Fandango, this language from Fez etched into the wall, and this next one takes a bit of explaining. In one particular house, talking to its resident reveals that her brother went to a faraway land with a green hero. When you talk to her brother, he says, "I am Error," then goes on explaining things. This guy named Error was in Zelda 2. See? You also find a billboard with a Destructoid mascot, Destructoid, on it. Destructoid was also in Bomberman Live, and also in AVGN Adventures, which also has Jason from Friday the 13th, and... here we go. Maybe internet celebrities don't count in your opinion, but the fact is they are here in this game, which now links up to the web. they'll be in their own little area on the web, so discount them if you want. AVGN Adventures has Brentalfloss, Angry Joe, Jim Sterling, Black Nerd, The Completionist, who is part of the channel That One Video Gamer, who has also been on Game Theory, which also has multiple shows inside of it. Back to AVGN Adventures, there is also Ego Raptor, who helps the nerd not to be so grump. Pat the Nest Punk, Keith Apicary, and a bunch of Screw Attack people. Ego Raptor himself does not count as a crossover with Game Grumps, because actors don't count. He's not Ego Raptor in Game Grumps, he's just Aaron. But a few of his videos has him in the same room as Game Grumps, and one of JonTron's videos was in the same room as Game Grumps. Ego Raptor is also part of Star Bomb, which links up with Ninja Sex Party. I'm also leaving Steam Train and Steamrolled and all of them in Game Grumps because it's the same channel. AVGN is also in Texting of the Bread, and has done a life swap with the Nostalgia Critic, who is part of the League of Super Critics and has argued with Angry Joe. AVGN and the Nostalgia Critic were in an episode of the anime Zettai Karen Children. And AVGN Adventures also has the Creepy Moon from Majora's Mask, which brings us back to Zelda, and in Link's Awakening, you can meet SimCity's Dr. Wright. In Pokemon Platinum, you meet a mysterious man who won't reveal his real name, and he says he's trying to stop Team Galactic from tearing apart reality. And look at him. Now look at David Tennant's incarnation of Doctor Who. The Doctor was also rescued from a four-dimensional space whale in Futurama, also Dalek in Futurama, and C-3PO. It also seems that the Doctor enjoys watching races, as his TARDIS is found on a racetrack in Exgra. Daleks from Doctor Who are also seen in some classic games, such as Robot Odyssey, Paradroid, and Hugo 2. Speaking TV, let's pop Ren and Stimpy into Nickelodeon, as they cross over their IPs frequently too, like Rugrats Go Wild, or When the Rugrats Met the Monsters from All Real Monsters, Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, etc. Let's also pop Shrek into DreamWorks, as their characters are starting to cross over too. Jar Jar Binks' species is also a species in Futurama. The Futurama cast met Crow and Servo from Mystery Science Theater 3000, and Servo's broken down body is seen in Primordia, which you can also find a merchant in who will trade you a water chip for a Gek. Sesame Street characters were on The Office, and along with the Muppets, met the puppets from Fraggle Rock. The Muppets were also on The Cosby Show, and early Kermit was in Sam and Friends. Digimon toys and Digimon references in Marvel Comics. In many Marvel movies and some comics, Stan Lee makes a cameo, sometimes as an actor for a character, which wouldn't count, but sometimes Stan Lee is Stan Lee in Marvel media, like in LEGO Marvel Superheroes. Stan Lee as Stan Lee was also seen in Big Bang Theory, where he got a restraining order on Sheldon. In the other superhero universe, DC, it makes its way into Scribblenauts with the recent Scribblenauts Unmasked. It also makes its way into UB Funkies, as there is a Joker variation. There is also a Speed Racer UB Funkies, and Speed Racer also crosses with Ninja High School. Army of Darkness Xena Warrior Princess comic series. Zangief from Street Fighter is seen in the anime Yu Yu Hakusho. A sword from Inuyasha is in Monster Hunter. One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, and Toriko cross in a TV special. In the Dragon Ball Z game, Boo's Fury, you can see Admiral Akbar from Star Wars in the audience. And Ash from Pokemon is seen in Kids Next Door. End with random filler links. Dead or Alive 5 has Akira Yuki from Virtua Fighter. Kid Dracula references Castlevania in many ways, though that's not surprising, both by Konami and both about Dracula. In Hatsune Miku Project Diva F, she sings the Black Rock Shooter theme while appearing in many locations from Black Rock Shooter. In The Last of Us you can find Jak and Daxter dolls and a doll of Nathan Drake, and that's not the only way those two are linked. The Last of Us takes place in the future of Uncharted. More on that here. Frank West from Dead Rising presumably died in Left 4 Dead 2. You can go to Resident Evil's Raccoon City in Under the Skin. In Smash Court Tennis Pro Tournament 2, you can play tennis as a few Tekken and Soul Calibur characters. Poster of Tifa from Final Fantasy VII in Xenogears. In Tales of Eternia and some other Tales games, you meet Valkyrie from Valkyrie no Bokken Toki no Kadzi Denetsu. I apologize to anyone who actually knows how to pronounce that. And plenty of Tales characters make their way into Venus and Braves. Characters from Bewitched were once on the show Passions, and have once met the Flintstones. In Sunset Riders you find a wanted poster for Raphael from TMNT, Scorpion-like aliens from Contra, and enemies from Gradius 2. They are the same. The car from Road Blaster, or Road Avengers depending on which version you're playing, is seen in the arcade version of Double Dragon, which also has the helicopter from Cobra Command. Samus is seen commanding an army in Famicom Wars, the first in the Advance Wars series. Germs from Dr. Mario are seen in Motoko-chan No Wonder Kitchen, another Japan-only game. Jason Voorhees was vacationing when the zombie breakout happened in Dead Island. Call of Duty Ghosts will soon feature Michael Myers from Halloween, and Pikachu is in Osmosis Jones. What? Doko Demo Isio's Toro the Cat appears in Monster Rancher Evo, as well as an Ape Escape ape. In Tekken 3, you can fight the little dino from Gon, the protagonist of the manga by the same name. The Absterdo logo from Assassin's Creed is found in Far Cry 3. In Marvel Ultimate Alliance, you go into the world of Pitfall. The Puffstool enemy from Pikmin was originally from The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. Ninja Gaiden Z has Mighty No. 9, Bomberman billboard in Ninja Baseball Batman, which is not as cool as it sounds, as well as an R-Type, Hammering Harry, and Undercover Cops advertisement. There is also a billboard for Gone Hooky, or the game Mystic Riders in English. Fire Emblem armor in Monster Hunter Frontier G. Official Star Wars Family Guy crossover, Angry Birds crossover, and now Phineas and Ferb crossover, and Heathcliff meets Marmaduke. Peach in Starfy, Finn and Jake from Adventure Time in Futurama. Also, you can see Galaxians, and they talk about Galaxians in Futurama 2. Samus's ship replaces the ball on a level of Galactic Pinball. Super Mario 2 is based in the same location as Doki Doki Panic. In fact, they're the same game, just reskinned. And Star Fox, Kirby, and Mario appear in Stunt Race FX. Mario again. These are popping up all over. In Mario Kart Arcade GP DX, Mario and Pac-Man race along with characters from Taiko no Tatsujin. Should I just stop trying to pronounce these Japanese names? Or am I actually doing good? Mario has also raced against Plok from Block and a Battletoad. The Battletoads have also fought along the side of the Double Dragon Brothers. The Tricell logo from Resident Evil is seen in Bionic Commando. Dark Void billboards are also in Bionic Commando. Plants vs. Zombies things in World of Warcraft. DC's Outsiders were on Most Wanted, and you can get Killer Instinct cards in Viva Pinata. Mako from Kill la Kill turns into an AVP alien. And lastly, very old game, Popeye 3. Popeye wrestles aliens from AVP. What? So there you have it. This web is done because look at how full it is. And I officially call the Great Crossover Web Series to an end. But that doesn't mean this web has to stop. It just means now it's time to start fresh, start anew, improve on it tremendously. I announce the Ultimate Crossover Web, a new mini-series that I will bring up at some point. Yeah, it's gonna be great. You can click here to see my face talk about it. There's gonna be color coding stuff. I'm gonna start counting all types of crossovers, including Smash Brothers types games, etc. It's gonna be great. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for helping with all these. My goodness, guys. All of you who helped me out with this web are really awesome. And all of you who watched are really awesome. Stay awesome. Share, like, subscribe to help the community grow. And again, stay awesome.
Right there. Right there. Right there, right there, right there, right there, right there.